Hey everybody, welcome back if you're returning, welcome if you're new. I don't know if you can tell by the change in the light around me, it has taken me forever to do these videos today. I'm going to be editing for quite a while. Anyway, so today we're going to use the Rebel deck and get our card, our topic for shit to ponder for today. I appreciate your patience this week. I have growled my way through these videos. So has Miley. That's why I'm going to be editing for days. Today we have You Are Loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. And you know what? I just had a feeling I needed to grab the Rebel deck to wrap up this week. And that really touches on, it's a good wrap up for the other topics we've had this week about being mindful of how we invest our time and energy, setting boundaries to protect our energy, thinking about whether or not the things in our lives that we're investing into are investing back into us, and having the courage to face the fear that comes up when we decide to step away because we know we deserve better. We know we deserve better, but it's so hard because then we end up between worlds. We end up in that liminal space of transition where things are uncertain and the anxiety kicks up and that unsettled feeling and not knowing for sure what's on the other side of the bridge. And I love that this was the card that came up. And you really can't fuck it up. We are here for a reason, and you can't fuck it up. Because we don't ever fail. We don't. We learn. And that in itself is empowering. Because I know, I've used a video game analogy before, but even with the YouTube, I started this journey back in 2022. I felt it was my calling, and I didn't know at the time that I was so sick, that I was getting very sick from the house we were living in, and my mind was not right. And there came a point where I was on a podcast, and I go through the story in my I'm Back video, but what's meant for you will not pass you by. What will happen is if you have uncertainty about something, the universe will get your attention. The higher power, your higher self, whatever you believe in, the greater wisdom will get your attention one way or another and bring you back. But from a place of experience, from a place of knowledge that you gained through what you viewed as failure. It wasn't failure. It was education. You were learning. And a lot of times when we think we failed, it was just a trial run. That's all. It was just a trial run. And what we gained from that trial run shows us things we need to work on in ourselves. And any insecurities that, that may be absolutely your correct path, but you're coming from a place where you're not ready for it yet. You think you are, and it doesn't work out. And then you're like, I must be wrong. I must have been completely wrong about this. Well, okay, well, forget it then. That was a waste of time. But was it? And I've been living this, so very fresh on my mind. I spent a lot of time, money, and energy invested in what I wanted to create. Very much what I wanted to create. And I had a set outcome in mind, and that's what I was shooting for. Turns out that when it didn't work out, I went through 2 years of extreme challenge, upheaval, uncertainty, just had to really dive in and dig deep on all of the shit that I thought I'd already dealt with. And we talked about that earlier this week, about the layers. You know, when you think you've dealt with it and then all of a sudden, bam, it's back. Looks a little bit different this time because the universe is trying to make sure you're not still stupid before they give you what you've asked for. Now, the other part of that though, if your reason has these details and you are over here because that's what you have in mind, that's what you've envisioned and that's what you're pushing for, it's not going to work. Now, that situation will be used to prepare you for what really is meant for you, but it's never going to work out no matter how hard you push, try, force, just throw yourself into it. You're close. But until you drop that outcome, that specific detailed outcome, you're not going to get there. And that's where I was. I was shooting in the wrong direction. Right concept, wrong direction. And so no matter what I did, it wasn't going to work out. However, through that process, I learned, one, I got over my fear of YouTube. And looking back, it's comical because I didn't really understand the concept of you don't post a video and 1 million people immediately see it. I was terrified to do a video. I never even liked hearing my voice recorded, you know, because our voice that we hear when we talk is not the voice that comes out of our face, and so it's awkward when you hear your voice and you're like, ew, ew. Or different angles, like I never knew my ear looked that weird. Stuff like that. Little piddly stuff, but it's stuff that we have to deal with. Insecurities, fears, just the vulnerability of being on a public platform. Well, I'd already dealt with all that, so that wasn't a big deal. Hell, I've got one video where I actually called it Bedhead and Coffee because I got struck with an idea first thing in the morning and I was like, I'm going to do this before I forget what I have on my mind. And I'm in my pajamas with coffee and my hair is all over the place and I'm just rolling with it. You know, so you get past those things. Well, it's a lot easier to come back with that experience. Like, I already know how to edit videos. I already know how to do the lighting and the microphones, and I just didn't know the first week of Shit to Ponder, I didn't know that my other microphone had taken a dive, so the audio was horrific. But, fortunately, I knew how to fix it. Already been there, done that. Everything that we're doing, when we're on the edge, when you come to the edge and you take the risk, you embrace the liminal space, the transition, you face your fears, you dig deep, you deal with all the garbage, all of that is so you can find your reason. You won't fuck it up. Every time you take a shot, you're going to get closer, and you're going to get closer faster for the experience you've gained from stepping out before. And any time you hear of people who have made it big, who have really been successful in their lives, they have stories to tell you of how many times it didn't work, how many times they fell on their face, how many times they were rejected. It's the process. I didn't say it was fun, but it's worth it. And you won't grow if you never step out there and take the risk. And don't step out expecting to fail. Step out expecting to learn. Because then you got what you came for. And I've always told my son, I said, you know, think about going to college. You invest a lot of money up front to learn about something that you may or may not like doing, and you invest the time. And then you have a student loan to pay off, and to all of this. I said, when you step out on your own, you get to dictate what you learn, how fast you learn, what you do with it, and at the end of it, you don't have a student loan. Now, depending on what you're stepping out there to do, there might have been overhead expenses. Even Donald Trump, who has obviously been very successful, regardless of how you feel about the man, this is just the story, you know, he's filed bankruptcy. Things didn't go well for him every time. But you stand up, take a break, reorganize, dig around, all right, what's got me fucked up this time? Because every time it doesn't work out, we're learning and we're being prepared. And when we finally reach that point where we are ready for the big thing, the reason, our purpose, once life has got us to that place where we're ready to not just receive it, but make it last, that time it works. That time it happens. That time it's smooth. There's not the struggle, it's not the forcing, it's synchronistic. Things fall into place. Mind you, going back to the liminal space, that uncertainty and transition, that's still going to be there. But if you can accept that space, stay present. Again, shoot the hamster that's running laps on the wheel in your head at 100 miles per hour, wasting all your energy. Don't let that get you distracted, because you need to be in the present moment, no matter how chaotic it feels. That's where the synchronicities happen. That's where you see the connections that are going to take you to your reason. They're going to show you the path. That's where you find step one. And when you take step one, then you'll find step two. But you're not going to make it to step two if you won't take step one, and that's why we got to come to the edge. And if we're not protecting our energy and our time, we won't have the ability to take action on step one because we're not in the space to do it. So I love that everything in this week just tied together so nicely. So you are loved, and you are here for a reason. Don't ever doubt that. And know your worth. We touched on that this week too. Don't accept mediocre, because you're not mediocre. You deserve to be everything that you came on this planet to be. And we hold ourselves back out of the stupid things that, you know, like I talked about my step-grandmother, and my God, if I had let the words that she spoke about me determine my fate, it would be a lot different. We can't give power to haters. We can't give power to the people who are just injured and out there hurting other people out of their own pain. We can't let our energy be siphoned off in that way. We have to protect it because we do have a reason. We do have a purpose. And the more we take care of ourselves and keep ourselves ready to take action, because luck is just when preparation meets opportunity. When you stay in this space of preparation and openness, opportunity will come. And when you're in good energy, good vitality, you know, you're in the moment, you're staying present, you see the opportunity and you can take action on it. And you can't fuck it up, for real. You know, I think that's something that's one of the biggest things that holds us back, is that fear of failure, fear of fucking things up. You can't be done. No matter what you do, the universe, the higher power, it's going to be beneficial to you in some way. It's not going to feel like it, but you're going to learn, and you're going to grow, and it's going to prepare you. No matter what dumb thing we do, the universe will turn it to our favor so that we benefit from it, and it becomes useful in getting us to where we need to be. Now, The longer we take to stay present and take care of ourselves and protect our energy, it can be a long, winding path. Or we can do all the prep work so that it doesn't take us quite as long to get there. And so today, remember that you are loved. You have a reason and a purpose, and you can't fuck it up. Just don't stop. When you hit a wall, take a minute, check out the wall. Is there a way over it, under it, around it? If not, don't focus on the wall. Walk right through it. Not even there. Just has to have that mindset. We just have to have that mindset of no matter what, I'm going to keep going. Wash your face. Get back up. You can't fuck it up. As long as you don't give up, you'll get there. So, wishing you a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.